Hello, I'm Trish. Today we're going to do a spring into action vinyasa yoga. It's not going to be anything overly difficult, but we're going to move at a little bit of a fast pace to get our heartbeats up, and we're going to do some strengthening to build muscles. So hop on the mat and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start today's practice in a tabletop position on hands and knees. So go ahead and make your way there. You want to make sure that you have your wrists directly under your shoulders and your knees directly under your hips. And we'll start here with some cat-cows. We're going to inhale and then exhale, rounding the back, bringing the chin to the chest. Exhaling, cat. And inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, lift the chin, lift the tailbone. Exhale, rounding forward. Inhale, arching the back, lifting the chin. Exhale, rounding forward. And then inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Now we're going to come into a nice neutral spine, so not rounded, not arched, but just nice, flat, kind of neutral back. And we're going to inhale and lift up that right arm straight out in front of you. And then send the left leg behind you with the toes on the ground. You could stay there or go ahead and lift that left foot off the ground. We're going to inhale here, exhale, bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhale, send arm and leg out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, arm and leg out. And one more time, exhale, bring that elbow to the knee. Inhale, send the arm and leg out. And then bring hand and knee back to the ground into your tabletop position. Take a moment here if you need to. Shake out those wrists. And then this time we're going to send that left arm straight out at shoulder height. You're going to send the right toes back, the leg straightened. And then I encourage you to lift that back leg up off the ground. Take an inhale. Exhale. Bring opposite elbow to opposite knee. Inhale, send arm and legs out. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, sending those arms and legs out. One more time, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, send arm and leg out. Then go ahead and bring your hand and your knee back onto the mat. Now, we're going to try doing something similar from a plank position. If doing what we were just doing in the tabletop position is good for you, you stay there. But I do encourage you to give the plank version a try. So, we're going to go ahead and tuck those toes under, lifting up into our plank position. And then this time we're going to we'll start with the right knee towards the left elbow. And exhale, bring that leg back. Inhale, left knee to right elbow. Exhale, bring it back. And now do 2 more on each side at your own pace. Opposite knee to opposite elbow. One more each side. All right. We'll go ahead and come back down onto hands and knees. Sit back. Shake out those wrists. Give them a little twist. All right, now we're going to come back onto those hands and knees, tabletop position. We're going to tuck our toes under, lift our knees, lift our hips, coming into our first down dog. So we'll hang out here for a couple of breaths. Go ahead and pedal out those feet if that feels good, or sway the hips. And go ahead and look in between your hands and tiptoe the toes forward to meet the hands in a forward fold. We're going to inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, fold forward again. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Back into your forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, hinge forward. And inhale, sweep those arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands in front of the heart in prayer. Coming back to Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, we're going to start our full sun salutations now. So we're going to inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, coming into forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. And plant those hands onto the mat. Step your right foot back. And then step the left foot back to meet it in plank. You can come to the knees if you prefer, or stay up off the knees. Now we're going to rock forward a little bit. Send those elbows straight back at 90 degrees, lowering through chaturanga all the way to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest and the chin slightly for baby cobra. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, come into down dog. Take a few breaths here. On your next exhale, step that right foot forward. Step the left foot forward to meet it. Into forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead, coming up to standing in Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhaling the arms down. Inhale, sweep those arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, folding forward, planting the hands. Stepping the left foot back this time. Then stepping the right foot back to meet it in plank. Inhale, rock forward and lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the chest and chin, coming into cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, down dog. Remember to press into the mounds of the index fingers and press down through the heels. On your next exhale, step the left foot forward. Inhale, bring the right foot up to meet it in forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhaling the arms down to Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, now we're going to add in some standing poses. We're going to inhale, sweep those arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, coming up halfway with the flat back. Exhale, hinge forward. Plant your hands. Step your right foot back about as far as you can, coming into a lunge. Then you're going to rotate the back foot to be parallel with the short end of your mat. Coming up into your warrior two pose. So you want to press into the outer edges of the feet here. Make sure that you can see your toes over your knee. And gaze over the front fingertips. Now we're going to inhale, straightening that front leg, bringing the arms overhead. And then we're going to exhale, coming back to warrior two. Inhale, arms overhead, straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, arms overhead, straighten the front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Now you're going to rotate that back foot carefully, toes facing the front, coming back to your lunge. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet the right in a plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lifting the chest and chin for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Coming into down dog, Adho Mudra Svanasana. Take a few breaths here. Remember to press into the mounds of the index fingers. And on your next exhale, step the right foot forward. Inhale. Bring the left foot forward to meet it and forward fold. And then inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead, coming up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands down by the side. Now we're going to repeat on the other side. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, coming into a forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, hinge forward, plant those hands on the mat. And this time, step just about as far back as you can with your left foot into a lunge. And rotate that back foot to be parallel with the short end of the mat. Windmill the arms up into your warrior two. I'm sorry, I'm facing away from you. Remember to push into the outer edges of the feet and make sure you can see your toes over your front knee. Keep your hands at shoulder height and gaze over the front fingertips. Inhale, straightening the front leg, bring the arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Bring the arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straightening the front leg, arms overhead. Exhale, warrior two. Now rotate that back foot back to your lunge. Bring your hands down onto the mat. Step your right foot back to meet your left in a plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, send the elbows straight back, lowering through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest and the chin for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips, coming into down dog. Pressing down through the heels and pressing into the mounds of the fingers. On your next exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, step the right foot to meet it in forward fold. And inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead, coming up to standing. Exhaling the hands down by the sides for Tadasana, mountain pose. Now we're going to bring our feet close together. You're going to want your toes almost touching if they can. And we're going to come into chair pose. So we're going to take an inhale. And then exhale, send the arms overhead, dropping the hips down like you're coming to sit in a chair. Keep the weight in your heels. You don't want to arch the back or tuck the pelvis. You want to kind of neutral spine. And then we're going to straighten, exhale, come into forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands. And this time we're going to step the right foot just about 3 feet back. We're going to come into warrior one. So you want to rotate that back foot at about a 45-degree angle to the front corner of your mat. You're going to come up to standing, front knee bent. Again, making sure you can see your toes over your knee. And this time pressing into the inner edges of your feet. Bring the arms straight over, straight up, overhead. Warrior one. Now we're going to play with warrior three. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to bring your weight into your front foot. And then maybe lift the back toe just a little bit. See how that feels. Then go ahead and bring that foot back down to the mat, coming back to your warrior one. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bringing the weight into the front foot for warrior three. Maybe this time you try lifting that foot further up off the mat. If you fall out of it, that's okay. It's just like life, you come back. You can have your hands in prayer in front of you or out overhead. Now you're going to exhale, bringing that back foot gently back down into your warrior one. Then we're going to try that one more time, so give it your best. Take an inhale and exhale, bringing the weight into that front foot. Lifting that back foot as much as you can, keeping the foot flexed. I'll tell you what, this squishy floor is hard to balance on. Gently bring the back foot down, coming back to your warrior one. Take an inhale, exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Step the left foot to meet the right in a plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest and the chin for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Down dog. On your next exhale, step that right foot forward. Bring the left foot forward to meet it. And forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, bringing the hands down to the side. So we're going to come to the top of our mat again. Do that all on the other side. We do our chair pose again. So bring your feet as close together as you can, maybe toes touching. Take an inhale. Exhale, send those arms overhead and sit the hips back like you're sitting in a chair, keeping the weight in the heels. Come in as low as you can. And we're going to inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway with a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands. And this time, step the left foot about 3 feet behind you, rotating the foot to a 45-degree angle from the front quarter of your mat. Coming into our warrior one. You're going to come up to standing, arms overhead. And now we'll play with warrior 3 on this side. So begin to bring the weight into the front foot. See if you can lift that back toe off the mat a little bit. And then exhale, bring the back foot down, coming back into your warrior 1. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bringing the weight into the front foot, coming into warrior 3 in whatever way feels good for you. Exhale, bending the front leg, bringing the back leg down for warrior 1. And then last time, so give it your all. Bring the weight into that front foot, coming into your warrior 3, lifting the back toes. All right, go ahead and bring those back foot back to the mat. Bring your arms overhead, warrior 1. Exhale the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot back to meet the left in plank. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, lower through chaturanga. Inhale, lift the chest and the chin for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Coming into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. On your next exhale, step the left foot forward, step the right foot forward to meet it. Inhale, send the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, lower the arms down by the side for Tadasana. And we're going to inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and overhead. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips, forward fold. Plant the hands, tiptoe or step the feet back to down dog. Take a breath here. And then gently lower down onto the knees for a very well-deserved child's pose. Kind of come back to our breath here for a moment. Focusing on the breath. And when you're ready, go ahead and press up out of your child's pose and make your way onto your bottom in a seated position with, make your adjustments to your yoga pants. You're going to sit with your feet flat on the floor, knees bent. You want to be with a straight back, no rounding, no arching, straight back. I'm going to be right on your sit bones. And we're going to try some variations of boat here. Wherever you feel good, that's where you stay. But I always encourage you to try the next step, see how it feels. You can always, stick with what's good for you. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab underneath our thighs. And we're going to lift the right toes off the ground. And we're going to put them back down. We're going to lift the left toes off the ground. And we'll put them back down. And now we'll try lifting that right toe again. Maybe we stay there. Maybe we lift the left toes at the same time. Always keeping that back very straight. And then maybe we stay here. Maybe we try straightening the legs. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we try let go of those legs. All right, wherever you are, come back with the feet on the ground, knees bent, arms underneath the legs. And we'll go ahead and do that one more time. You do whichever variation you liked the best and give it your all. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our boat pose one more time. Lifting the toes off the mat if that feels good. Straightening the legs if that feels good. And then letting go of those legs, but making sure we keep our back straight. And then we let it all go. Whew. All right. So now it's time for a little cool down. We'll go ahead and make our way to lying down. We're going to keep those feet on the floor with the knees bent. We're going to do a bridge. So you're going to go ahead and bring those feet close to the bottom. And then almost think about tucking your tailbone. So like pressing the lower part of your back flat onto the mat, like you're flattening out a pancake. And then continue that motion by lifting the hips. I want to think about having the hips over the heart and the heart over the chest. Chin, heart over the chin. And if you like, you could tuck your shoulders under and maybe clasp your hands to get a little more lift in the chest. And think about squeezing the knees together. All right, if you've got those elbows and shoulders tucked under, go ahead and take those out and lowered slowly down onto the hips. And you can go ahead and bring the knees into the chest, give them a hug, you can rock back and forth if that feels good. And now we'll do a nice twist. So go ahead and leave those knees bent, bring them into the chest. Bring your arms out to a T shape. And then just gently drop the knees over towards the right. They may come to the ground, they may not. Focus more on trying to keep the left shoulder on the mat. If it feels good, you can gaze at your left fingertips. And we'll just kind of cool down and let gravity do the work here. Go ahead and bring your head back to center. Then bring your knees back to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop the knees over to the left this time. Trying to keep that right shoulder on the mat. If it feels good, you can look over the right fingertips. Go ahead and bring the head back to center. And bring your legs back to center. And then you can go ahead and bring those feet onto the mat. You can give the knees a little hug into the chest again. Or maybe grab onto the thighs, calves, ankles, or feet, bringing the knees in towards the elbows for a happy baby, rocking back and forth. And thinking about what's going to make you comfortable. And we'll take a little Shavasana, final rest here. We'll just rest for a minute or two, but I encourage you to stay in Shavasana as long as you want. Go ahead and bring those feet back onto the mat. Maybe send them long down in front of you, letting the feet flop open. Bring your arms down by the sides with the palms facing up. Close the eyes and just begin to focus on the breath. Maybe you feel the rise and fall in the belly and the chest. Or maybe you feel the breath coming in and out of your nose. Thoughts will come, but that's okay. Just let them float by like clouds in the sky. And I'll be quiet for a minute or two. I'll mind the time for you so you can just relax, focusing on that breath. Gently begin to bring your awareness back to your breath, back to your body, and back to the room that you're in. Bring gentle movements into the fingers and the toes. And then when you're ready, roll onto the right side. Rest there for a breath. And then when you're ready, we'll meet in a seated position, whatever is a comfortable seat for you. And we can keep the eyes closed if that feels good. I want to thank you all for joining me for this practice today. I hope you had fun. And we'll go ahead and bring our hands into prayer position. Bring our thumbs to our foreheads, reminding ourselves to always have kind thoughts. We'll bring our thumbs to our lips, reminding ourselves to always speak peaceful words. And we'll bring our thumbs to our hearts, reminding ourselves to always have love in our hearts. Again, I thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day. Namaste.